video was produced by the Resilient Reefs Initiative, a program run by the Great Barrier Reef Foundation in Australia. Delivered in collaboration with experts around the world, Resilient Reefs is partnering with communities at 5 World Heritage Coral Reef sites to respond to the threat of climate change on the reefs and their local communities. In New Caledonia, we're proud to partner with the Southern Province in the sustainable and joint management of turtles with Customary Representatives. Around the world, First Nations people are leading the way, nurturing endangered turtle populations to ensure their survival. This video shares a few of their stories and turtle management stories more broadly.
My name's Brian Singleton. I'm Senior Ranger with the Yirrganydji Land and Sea program with Dalwuru. We're based in Cairns and we're a ranger group that looks after our country from Cairns to Port Douglas, so we're coastal seafaring people.
So I'm Gavin Singleton. I am the project manager of Dalwuru Aboriginal Corporation, also part of the Yirrganydji Country group. So our Tamra was created back in 2012, some 8 years ago, where a group of younger generation of us traditional owners were really concerned about our sea country, our kulbul, which is our language for sea and ocean. We gradually learned about what was happening on the Great Barrier Reef, particularly impacts to turtles and dugong and other issues that are happening on the reef. We decided to develop a traditional use of marine resources agreement, also known as the Tamra, and working in partnership with both the Commonwealth Government, being represented by the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority, and also with the state government, the marine parks, and around developing that Tamra, which is like a sea country planning instrument on our sea country, about joint management and how we look after these two important species, but also looking at sea country as a whole, which is really important to everything, part of our identity as sea country traditional owners.
The reasons why we looked at developing that Tamra at that time was because of the hunting of turtles. Turtles were being taken, and we wanted to protect the turtles. We've grown up hunting turtles and respecting the turtles, and some of those rules of why we took the turtles, and we're slowly dying out. The Tamra itself is starting to bring those rules back because the animal was really important to us. It fed us when we needed feeding. It was part of a very special meal for when we celebrated something. It wasn't something that you could just go out and take. It would be something that if you got permission to take it from our elders, you would thank the animal for giving up its life to be part of that celebration or to feed your family.
Now we've got a responsibility on looking after the turtle, and then going back to our core values, our law, our custom, which really tells us on how we be sustainable, because sustainability, conservation was embedded in our law. It was part of our ethos, our way.
We've got to start educating the young people because they're the next generation of hunters. They're the next generation of land managers. A lot of our younger generation won't respect the rules that government have put in, but they'll respect the rules that their elders or their ancestors have put in place. And a lot of people are starting to respect our culture a lot more. And I think it's just understanding a lot of that cultural side of things was taken away. And through this process, a lot of that is starting to come back. And it's not something that's going to happen quickly. It takes time. So as long as people can see that law is for everyone and everyone is treated the same, people will start to respect that law. It's one of those things where it's got to come from our elders, both men and women. They've got to speak that language for our young people to respect.
Sitting down with the elders, with our people that still continue our practices with turtles, we started to learn about how significant they are, not just to our people but to the environment. within the Great Barrier Reef. We start to learn the relationships the turtle has with seagrass, with the mangrove. From there we started learning about the old stories, the creation stories of the Great Barrier Reef, and where the turtle plays its role in that picture. It's invigorated and revitalised some of our management, which now is incorporated within our Land and Sea Ranger program, and then working in partnerships with government agencies to educate the wider community about important values of marine turtles and the sea country and the role that we play.